Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, once again, welcome to my online class. Dear students, hope you are well. I am also well by the grace of Almighty Allah. In my last class, I have discussed some rules from right from verbs. I hope it is clear to you. And dear students, today I will discuss the rest of the rules from the right from verbs. But before going to my discussion, I want to tell something to you about the importance of learning English. Why you should learn English, and you have the capability, you have the ability to apply the English in your real life situation. So you should learn English. So dear students, in your English first cover book, especially for the students of class 9 and 10, maybe unit 4, there is a lesson about the importance of learning English. Why you should learn English? Dear students, think now you are the students of class 9 and 10, and after completing your SSC or ACC, if you want to admit yourself in any public institution, if you want to take higher education, here you must have the ability, you must have the capability to about English. Without the knowledge of English, it is not possible for you to take higher education. Suppose after completing your SSC or ACC, if you want to go to the another country, if you go to the foreign country for taking a higher degree, here you must have the ability, you must have the capability, you must have the knowledge about the English. In English there are 4 skills. You have to take part the IELTS exam, and then if you can make a good score, then you will be able to go to the another country for taking higher education. Okay, dear students, and if you look at if you want to take MBBS degree, if you want to be doctor, you have lots of dream. Some students wants to be doctor, some students want to be engineer, and some students wants to be teacher. In all spheres, you must have the knowledge of English. If you want to admit yourself in MBBS degree, if you want to take MBBS degree, if you want to take MBBS degree, here all books are written in English, not in Bengali. So English is important for you. And if you want to converse with the foreigners, here you must have the ability to speak in English, because they don't understand Bangla. So it is very essential for you to communicate with others, to communicate with the foreigners in English. So you should try to speak English with your family members. Now you're staying at home because of COVID-19. You should try to speak English with your family members, with your friends. Okay, and how can you develop the skills of English? Develop the skills of speaking English. There are 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And if you have the capability, if you have the ability to speak English fluently, to write English exactly, and to pronounce English correctly, then you claim yourself you are expert in English, otherwise not. So that's why how can you develop the English speaking fluency? You can watch the English news, you can watch the English movie, you can speak with one another, try to communicate with one another in English. Thus you can develop the your speaking fluency. And how can you develop the writing skill? You should write about any topics, from your own imagination. You can write page after page. At first you have some problem, but I hope if you practice day by day, you will be improved. And for speaking English, for speaking English, at first you have to remove the inertia and shyness. At first there are some problems to speak in English, but you should try to remove your inertia, and day by day I hope you will be able to speak English fluently. And dear students, now let's start our session. And last class I also discussed several rules I also discussed some rules from right from verbs. I hope it is clear, and today I will discuss the rest of the rules. Okay, dear student, now let's start station. Now the rule number 11. Here there are some words: had better, had rather, would better, would rather. After this word, you have to use the base form of the verb. That means the root form of the verb. Here is an example for you. You had better to leave this place. And here in this bracket, there is a principal verb leave. Before leave, if there is to, you have to omit this. Okay. So the answer will be you had better leave this place, and to will be omitted. Do you understand? I think it is clear to you. And here after had better, had rather, would better, and would rather, you have to use the base form. Okay, rule number 12 for passive voice. Dear students, if you go through the board questions and if you when you solve the right from verbs in passages, here you will find a lots of rules from the passive voice. Okay, and you have an idea about the voice. There are two kinds of voice: active voice and passive voice. If the sentences are in passive, and here you have to write the V3 form. That means past participle form of the verb. Here there is an example for you. Rome was not built in a day. So here the answer will be BUILT. So that is the past participle form of the verb. So because it is passive voice, it is not in active voice. So you have to identify, is it passive or active. Okay, dear student, now rule number 13. Here is another important rule for you. After to, you have to write the base form of the verb. Base form, root form. Okay, there is an example for you for clarifying your conception. He is ready to sacrifice his life. He is ready to. After to, sacrifice his life. The answer will be sacrifice. The base form. Okay, this is called infinitive. This is called infinitive. Infinitive. Infinitive comes. There are some forms of infinitive. Inshallah, in next class, I will discuss about it. And infinitive comes from verbals. There are three kinds of verbals: participle, infinitive, and gerund. Okay, and after to, you have to write the base form. And another important rule for you, rule 14. I saw him play football. Here in this sentence, if you found there are two verbs, here saw and play, there are two verbs. If there are two verbs, you have to add ing. You have to add ing with the verbs. Okay, so here the answer will be I saw him playing football. Play in football. You add ing. Okay, or you can also use to. If you use to, no need to add ing. Okay, yes, student. Okay, dear student. Now the rule number 15. Here I write two sentences. It is many years since I met you. Number 2, many days passed since my grandfather died. Okay, if in the middle of the sentence there is since, here in these two sentences, if you notice, you notice there are two clauses. It is many years. This is a clause. I met you. This is another clause, and these two clauses are related by since. Okay, it's a conjunction. So before, here is a rule: before since, if the sentence is present indefinite tense, here the verb will be past indefinite. Okay, and before since, if the sentence is past indefinite tense, here the tense will be past perfect tense. So there is a difference between the two. You have to remind it. Okay, so for the first one, it is many years. This is present indefinite tense. So the verb will be the past form. Here the verb is meet. The past form of meet is met. Okay, the past form. In the second sentence, many days passed. Many days, it is subject, past, it is the V2 form. So this is past indefinite tense. So in my last class I also told you about the structure of the tense. Past indefinite tense. If the sentence is past indefinite tense, then this sentence will be past perfect tense. So after subject, you have to write had according to the structure of the past perfect tense. Okay, had, my grandfather had. And then V3 form, died. V3 of the die is died. Okay, I think it is clear. Here, these sentences also here. I have also given some examples. Row number 16, 17. Okay, all are all sentences express the subjunctive past, that is unreal past, that may happen or not happen. And this sentence, if you follow this sentence, these rules are also found in the completing sentence. These rules are also important for completing, and it is also found in right form verbs. I think if you follow these rules, it will be also helpful for the completing sentence. And these sentences are subjunctive past. I again told you. Okay. Another rules, rule number 16. He speaks as if. If in the middle of the sentence there is as if or as though, you have to remind it as if or as though. In this sentence, and there are also two clauses. Okay, and before as if the clause is present indefinite tense, here this sentence will be past indefinite tense. And before as if or as though, if the sentence past indefinite tense, here this sentence will be past perfect tense. Okay, I think it is clear. So the answer will be past indefinite tense, but you have to remind it before, after as if or as though, if there is to be, after subject, if there is to be, you have to write where with any person. Here the subject is third person, he is third person, but according to the rules you can write was, but in this case if there is as if or as though, and here if there is to be, you have to write where with every person, because this is unreal. This is called subjunctive past. Okay, you have to remind it. And for the second sentence, he told the matter as though, this is past indefinite tense, so this will be past perfect tense. So according to the structure of the tense, here after subject you have to write had, and the past participle form of knew, known. Okay, I think it is clear. If you have any question, you can ask me. I will try to solve your problem. Now roll number 17. Here 3 sentences are found, and all these sentences are from conditional sentence. Okay, here a condition is added, so you have to remind it. The first sentence is from first conditional, second sentence is from second conditional, and third sentence from third conditional. And if I explain, I think you will be able to clear your conception. Okay, here a condition is given. If you invite me, if the sentence is present indefinite tense, this is called first conditional. Here you is the subject, invite, V1 form, me object. So this is first indefinite tense. So if the sentence is first indefinite tense, here how can you change the right form verbs? Here after subject you can write shall or will. The sentence will be future indefinite tense. With the subject after with I, here you write will, and then the base form, attend. This verb will be unchanged because it is the base form of attend. Okay, and now the second sentence, if you invited me, there is a difference. The verb is same for the 3 sentences: invite, invited, had invited. Okay, but this is present form, this is past form, so this is past indefinite tense. So if the sentence is past indefinite tense, here after subject you have to write would, might or could. Would, might or could. Okay, and after would, might or could, these are modal auxiliaries. You have to write the present form, the base form of the verb. So here the answer is would attend. Would attend. Okay, the verb will be unchanged. And for the number 3, if you had invited me, this is past perfect tense. Again and again I emphasize you to learn the structure of the tense. Without tense, it is not possible for you to use the right form verbs exactly. Okay, if you had invited me, this is past perfect tense. So if the clauses is past perfect tense, here for the second clause, for using the right form of verbs, after subject you have to write would have, might have or could have. You can use would have, might have or could have. Would may use for certainty, for expressing certainty. Might, if you use might, it may express possibility, and if you use could, it may express ability. So would have, might have, could have, and after would have, might have, could have, you have to write the past participle form. Would have attend. The past participle form of attend is attended. Okay, I think this is clear to you. Okay, dear student, now I have discussed some rules from the right form verbs. I hope if you follow these rules attentively, you will be able to solve a passage, because you know a passage will be given for you in your exam. So here I have written a passage from a board question. If you follow this, I think you will be able to clear your conception. And dear students, please look at the board. Here a passage has been written, and some verbs will be given in the box. There are some verbs for you. There are 10 verbs, and there are 10 fill in the gaps for you. Okay, so at first you have to read the whole passage carefully, cautiously, and you have to try to understand the meaning of the passage. And then at first, after reading the passage, for each gap you have to select the suitable verbs. Okay, and according to the rules, you have to change the some forms of verbs. Sometimes you have to make negative, sometimes you have to add s or es, you have to make you have to add ing according to the rules which I have discussed in this sentence. Okay, now look at the board. Bangladesh is full of natural resources. The prosperity of the country dash on the proper use. Dash on the proper use. So here in this sentence, the prosperity of the country. In my last class, I discussed these rules. I wrote these rules in rule number 1. Here the subject is the prosperity of the country. It is third person singular number, and the sentence is present indefinite tense. So in my last class I also told you, if the subject is third person singular number, with the principal verb you have to add s or es, but you have to pick up the verbs from this gap. That's why you have to enrich your vocabulary power. Okay, you have to know the meaning of the all words. So you have to select a suitable verb. The prosperity of the country. Here you have to select the verb depend. So here you have to write depend. If the subject is third person singular number, with the verb you have to add s, since this is present indefinite tense. Okay, I think it is clear. And also in my last class I told you, if you follow my classes attentively, you will be able to use the right form verbs in passage sentence. In passage. After that, we should not dash a lazy life. we should not. Also in my last class I also discussed these rules. If after subject there is any modal verb, here should, this is modal verb. I also remind you some modal verbs: can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, ought to, have to, has to, had to, must, need, dare. Okay. In my last class I also gave you conception about the modal verbs. So after modal verbs you have to write the base form, but you have to pick up the verbs, suitable verbs. We should not dash a lazy life. So you have to search the verb, suitable verb. Maybe lead. We should not lead. Lead will be suitable for this gap. So you have to know the meaning of the word. Okay. And how can you enrich your vocabulary power in every day? When you go through any passage, when you learn any topics, there some unknown words are found to you. So you have to try to learn the synonyms and antonyms, and you have to try to learn the Bengali meanings of this word, and you can use the dictionary. And also in the present technology, you can use the dictionary from your mobiles. There are lots of facilities for you. So dear student, remind it, your vocab power will be enriched. Okay, that is another condition for you for using the right form verbs correctly, exactly. We should all dash our again there is a modal verb, we should. So I also in my class I also mentioned if you follow the rules, these rules, if you follow these common rules, from these rules question set will insert the question. Okay, so after modal auxiliary you have to write the base form. We should all dash up. So the verb will be build, present form, build. Okay, after modal auxiliary you have to write the present form. But if after modal auxiliary there is be, I also told in the last class, you have to write the past participle form. So after for this we have to again there is modal verb. This is a board question. Okay, this is a board question. So you have to at first learn the detached rules. Then you can easily solve the you can easily use the right form verb. Again there is modal verb. So after modal verb you have to write the base form. We have to dash hard. It is very easy. We have to work hard. Work. This is the base form of the verb. Work hard. Okay. Next, it should be dash that industry is the key to success. For if you want to cut a good figure in the exam, if you want to build up your career, you have to be industrious, isn't it? Industry is the key to success. It's a proverb, you know. So here in this sentence, you again found there is a modal verb. But in my last class, if you I also told you, if after modal auxiliary there is be, here you found after modal auxiliary there is be. So you have to write the past participle form of the verb, isn't it? So it should be dash that. It should be remember. So this is present form of the verb, and here after modal auxiliary the past participle form, remembered. Remembered. Okay, I think this is clear. That industry is the key to success. If we dash the, also maybe in my last role there are some conditional sentences for you. I have given some examples, and this is the first conditional. I told you if the sentence is present indefinite tense. So here for the second sentence it will be here you have to use it will be future indefinite tense. Okay, if we dash the days away, if we dash the days away, here you have to select the verb. If we idle, that means if we remain lazy, if we are not active, if we are inactive, we dash lag behind. We dash, here you have to write the future indefinite tense. So after we will, and then the present form of the we will lag. We will lag behind. Sorry, lag is mentioned here. We will lag behind. Okay, I think it is clear. So this is a conditional sentence. It is for the first conditional, and for the second conditional and third conditional I also discussed. I think it is clear to you. And then the nations that dash industrious. Here is the role. Please look at me. The nations that dash industrious. Here that is relative pronoun and it indicates the nations. The nations are plural. So here you have to write the plural form of the verbs. Here there is be. Be means you have to use the be verb. I also discussed in my last class be verb, am, is, are, was, were. There are some be verbs. So here that indicates the nations. The nations are plural, so you have to write the are instead of be. That are industrious. Dash pinnacle of success. They can reach the peak of the success if anybody is industrious. It is universal truth. You have to be industrious. You have to be. You must have the awareness. You must have the curiosity to get a good figure or to make a successful career, isn't it? That is related with the passage. That's why I told you. Try to be industrious. That are industrious. Here you have to use a modal verb. Can reach. Here there is a verb. Maybe there is a verb reach, but you have to write a modal verb. Can reach. This expresses ability. Okay, so can. After modal verb, you have to write the present form of the verbs. Base form of the verb. Can reach the pinnacle of success. Okay. Last, we dash them. We dash them. So here you have to use a modal verb. Follow. There is a verb follow. So you have to write should. After modal you have to write the base form of the we should follow them. So dear students, I hope you are clear about the right form verbs. If you have any problems, you may ask me. Dear student, lastly, before finishing my class, I would like to offer my special thanks to the Almighty Allah who has given me the chance to take the class before you. Inshallah, again I will meet you. And I would like to offer my special thanks to the authority concerned to the of our school, especially our headmaster and our assistant headmaster also. They have encouraged us to take the online classes. And dear students, I think if you watch these classes attentively, I think you will be benefited. And again, I remind you, stay home, stay safe. Now it's a slogan. Because we have to make a social distance. We have to stay home. Otherwise, there is the possibility for affecting COVID-19. So I hope, dear student, you should try to remain home. Till then, Allah Hafiz. See you again.